The Senate committee hearings on the impeachment of Murang'a Governor Mwangi Iria continue today. Well, this is expected to be the last hearing day. We now want to take you straight to the Senate to just get to hear what's happening there right now.
Big amount, so if it cannot be accessed, it will delay implementation of other development projects, Mr. Chairman.
Perhaps even including an escalation of wage bill, because if that was an amount that had been factored in as projected income and it cannot be accessed, you'd also agree with me that it would also have an impact on the wage bill, especially for goods and services that have already been procured.
There is a point of objection. Is there a point of objection?
Yes, to counsel. I think the way he's leading the witness, seeking opinions, that's not right. He should put matters concerning fact, but not seeking opinions from the witness.
Yeah, I think I want to sustain that objection. I think the council is now moving to make suggestions, but like the wage bill and so on, which are really not relevant. I think I allowed you to move on with the style of cross-examination, but I think you are going overboard now.
Well taken. I think the point has been made. I'll now give the floor to my learned friend, Mr. Jenga, has a few questions to the controller.
5 minutes.
Chairman, I only have about 3 clarifications that I need from the control of budget. Maybe one, you can confirm for the committee's benefit the exact role of an assembly in the formulation of a budget.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, the County Assembly, as I stated earlier on, is a very important arm of the government, of the county government.
Right, those are the proceedings at the Senate, and we now want to cross over to our City Center studio where our Patrick Amimo, who has been following these developments, joins us. Patrick, thank you very much for keeping it here on KTN News Desk. We'd like to know maybe the highlights from yesterday's proceedings and what are we expecting today?
Thank you so much. In fact, the best to know is right now is being cross-examined by the council over the Murang'a controversy or impeachment motion is the controller of budget and Odhiambo. And some of the issues she's conversing before the committee is attempts by the concerns by the at the county of failing to ensure that there was an internal audit committee in place, and also the lack of checks and balances in financial controls, especially when it comes to in the county treasury, and also the lack of a decentralized payment system in that county, which she's also said that at least there was concern that there was like 1.1 billion shillings in pending bills by the county, and also an attempt by the MCAs to have 700 million shillings set aside for use as World Development Fund, which she says is unconstitutional. Earlier on in the day, there were officials from the Office of the Auditor General who came and raised different audit queries. Remember, these county assembly, also the auditor has a role in oversighting to see whether there was value for money. And the officials who are here from the auditor's office also were concerned about the way the county assembly went ahead and used 28.4 million shillings for Murang'a Investment Cooperative Society, which according to them is a private entity and is not a public entity. And they said also these cooperative society is not allowed, is not registered to collect deposit money. So through the Shilingi for Shilingi campaign, the auditor found it was constitutional and wondered why 28.4 million shillings was spent for this particular entity, which does not belong to the county. The auditor also did raise concern about the governor, saying that apart from like the issue of Murang'a Cooperative, where the auditor thinks that the governor was misusing misappropriating public funds through use in private commercial entities. There was concern about the purchase of a purchase of land worth 340 million shillings through a restricted tendering process. The audit is of the opinion that such amount of money is colossal and it should be subjected to an open tender system. There are also cases where the senators did question why the Murang'a County had to supply, where there was a process to supply hay, a delivery of 20,000 bales of hay worth 4 million shillings. Yet from the Auditor General's report, there was no indication that this hay was delivered. So even senators were asking why the Murang'a County, to them it was the first time, like I remember the West Pokot Senator Professor Nyangapu was saying that Murang'a is the first county that is keeping cows and is not aware. So he wanted to know where these cows are, where the cows are being kept and which in this particular farm. But the governor did defend himself, saying that this farm is a training institution. That's why the animals, the hay that was being delivered was for those animals that are in that training institution. And he also claimed that for Murang'a County, for government investment cooperative society, the governor says that that is an investment club and it's under the director of cooperatives, and it should not. That's why it was not registered under the SACCO.
All right. Thank you very much, Patrick Amimo, for that update. Of course, he's going to have a full brief in our subsequent bulletins of what's going to be taking place this afternoon at the Senate. Remember that yesterday, Mwangi Iria's lawyers were using the defense of that it's the MCAs who are witch hunting him, holding him at ransom to give each of them 20 million shillings for their ward development. We'll also, of course, be keeping an eye on this developing story.